For many years, I have carefully observed why mobility quietly fades in older adults. And if there is one issue I believe is often misunderstood after the age of 60, it is reduced circulation in the legs. Not because it creates strong discomfort right away, and not because it announces itself clearly, but because it develops slowly and quietly. Many people do not notice it until everyday movements begin to feel different. At first, the signs are subtle. Legs may feel heavy at the end of the day. Feet may feel colder than usual. Ankles may appear slightly swollen. Some people notice mild cramping at night or a light tingling that comes and goes. These sensations are often dismissed as just aging. I recommend paying attention to them because the body rarely sends signals without a reason. What many people do not realize is that circulation does not decline suddenly, it weakens gradually. The smallest blood vessels are affected first. Oxygen delivery becomes less efficient. Waste products are removed more slowly. Muscles receive less nourishment, and nerve signals begin to lose clarity. Because this process happens slowly, the brain adapts. What once felt unusual starts to feel normal. Over time, standing up may feel less steady. Walking may require more effort. Balance may feel less reliable. These changes are often blamed on age alone, but I want you to understand something important. Aging itself is not always the cause. In many cases, circulation plays a much larger role than people realize. In careful observations and movement studies, one surprising pattern appeared again and again. Simply walking, which many older adults rely on for leg health, does not always activate the deeper circulation pathways in the lower legs. Walking keeps the body moving, which is helpful, but movement alone is not always enough. Circulation depends on pressure changes and targeted muscle activation. It also depends on something rarely explained clearly: the deep calf pump and the small vascular networks that supply the muscles and nerves of the lower legs. When these systems are not stimulated properly, blood flow can gradually decline. This is why sensations like numbness or tingling often appear before weakness. Nerves are sensitive to oxygen supply. When circulation slows, nerves often respond first. Over time, this can affect coordination, reaction time, and balance. Many people say, "I walk every day, so my circulation must be fine." Walking is beneficial, and I often recommend it, but walking alone follows a familiar pattern. It does not always create the pressure variations needed to reawaken underused blood vessels. It does not fully challenge the calf pump, and it does not always encourage new circulation pathways to remain active. Think of it like this. Walking sends blood along the main roads, but the smaller side paths, the ones that nourish muscles and nerves, may remain underused. When that happens, the body compensates. The hips may stiffen. The knees may take on extra stress. The feet may lose sensitivity. Balance may feel less secure, even though strength seems unchanged. The good news is this: circulation is one of the most adaptable systems in the body. When stimulated correctly, it can respond quickly. That is why, in this video, I want to share several simple, targeted movements that are often recommended to support leg circulation after 60. These are not intense workouts, they do not require equipment, and they are not about pushing yourself. They are based on timing, control, and understanding how the body responds to pressure and movement. I recommend listening closely because one of these movements has been shown to activate deep circulation pathways that ordinary walking does not reach. Before we begin, take a moment to notice how your legs feel right now. Circulation does not change silently. When it improves, the body often lets you know through warmth, lightness, or improved comfort. Let us begin with the first movement. Let us begin with the first movement I often recommend because it gently reactivates circulation after long periods of sitting or lying down. The first movement is controlled heel lifts with a brief pause at the top. At first glance, this movement may look very simple. Many people underestimate it. But the muscles in the calves play a very special role in circulation. They act like a pump that helps move blood upward against gravity. Every time these muscles contract with intention, they assist blood in returning toward the heart. To begin, stand with your feet about hip width apart. If you need support, lightly hold the back of a chair or a wall. Slowly rise onto the balls of your feet while counting to 3. When you reach the top, pause briefly and gently tighten your calf muscles. Imagine lifting yourself tall rather than rushing the movement. After a short pause, slowly lower your heels back down, again taking about 3 seconds. Try not to drop quickly. Control matters here. I recommend starting with 10 to 12 repetitions, resting briefly, then repeating for a second round. Many people notice a warming sensation in their lower legs within a few minutes. This is simply a sign that circulation is becoming more active. If you feel mild tingling, that is often a normal response as blood flow improves. The second movement is done while seated and is especially helpful if you spend long hours sitting during the day. Sit comfortably in a chair with your back upright and both feet on the floor. Slowly extend one leg forward until it is straight. As you do this, gently pull your toes back toward your shin. Hold this position for 2 to 3 seconds, then slowly lower the leg back down. What makes this movement helpful is the combination of thigh activation and ankle movement. Together, they encourage blood to move through deeper pathways in the leg. I recommend performing this movement 8 to 10 times on one leg, then switching to the other. As you move, breathe steadily. There is no need to rush. Circulation responds better to smooth, controlled motion than to force. The third movement combines gentle strength with rhythmic motion. Stand with your back against a wall and slide down slightly so your knees are softly bent. This does not need to be deep. From this position, gently lift your heels up and down in a steady rhythm for 15 to 30 seconds. This combination creates alternating pressure in the legs, which can help encourage blood flow through areas that may have become less active. If this feels challenging, you can reduce the bend in your knees or shorten the time. The goal is comfort with intention, not strain. After finishing, stand up slowly and notice how your legs feel. Many people describe a feeling of lightness or ease afterward. The fourth movement uses gravity to your advantage and is done lying down. Lie on your back on a comfortable surface. Gently lift your legs so your knees are bent and your feet are off the floor. Begin making slow cycling motions with your legs, as if pedaling an invisible bicycle. Move at a relaxed pace for about 1 minute, then slightly increase the speed for 15 to 20 seconds before returning to a slower pace. This change in rhythm helps encourage circulation without stressing the joints. Because the legs are elevated, blood does not have to work as hard to return upward. Many people find this movement especially soothing before bed. The final movement is one I recommend performing only in a safe, clear space. Walk slowly backward for a short distance, focusing on controlled steps. Step gently onto the ball of your foot, then lower the heel. Keep your posture upright and your movements deliberate. If needed, stay near a wall or counter for balance. Backward walking activates muscles differently than forward walking and can stimulate circulation in new ways. Start with just 10 to 15 steps, rest, and repeat once more. Throughout all these movements, I recommend listening to your body. Mild fatigue is normal, sharp discomfort is not. Move slowly, breathe naturally, and allow circulation to respond at its own pace. Before we finish, I want to share one important perspective that many people over 50 find reassuring. Reduced circulation in the legs does not usually appear suddenly. It develops quietly over time. That is why it is so often misunderstood. Many people only begin to notice it when their legs feel weaker, balance feels less stable, or nighttime discomfort becomes more frequent. I recommend remembering this. The body is not failing you. It is communicating with you. Circulation is one of the most adaptable systems in the body. When it receives the right signals, it responds. And those signals do not come from intensity. They come from consistency, timing, and attention. Walking is helpful. I often encourage people to keep walking if they can. But walking alone does not always stimulate the deeper circulation pathways that support stability and responsiveness in the legs. These simple movements help fill the gaps that walking cannot always reach. You do not need to perform all of them at once. In fact, I suggest starting small. Choose one or two movements that feel comfortable. Perform them once a day for a week. Then, if you feel ready, add another. Many people prefer the morning when circulation is lowest after sleep. Even 5 minutes can help the legs feel more awake and steady for the rest of the day. Others prefer the evening when these movements can help reduce heaviness and improve comfort before rest. Pay attention to small changes: warmer feet, lighter legs, improved ease when standing up. These are not imagined. They are signs that blood is moving more freely again. One final thought I want to leave you with. What many people call getting older is often the result of reduced stimulation, not time itself. When circulation is supported, muscles respond, nerves communicate more clearly, and movement feels more confident. If you are over 50 and watching this, I want you to know this. It is not too late to support your legs, and you do not need to push your body to extremes to do it. If this video was helpful, I recommend sharing it with someone you care about. Many people experience these changes quietly and assume they are alone. And before you go, I would like to ask you a simple question. Which of these movements felt most interesting to you? Or which one are you curious to try first? You can leave a comment below and let us know where you are watching from. We read every message, and this channel exists to support people who value steady movement, clarity, and independence at every stage of life. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of your circulation, and your body will continue to support you.